welcome to the Sewing Report. I'm Jen. This channel is all about sewing crafts and DIY projects, and today we are talking about new sewing tools. Recently, I've picked up a few new things that I'm absolutely loving, so I wanted to take a few minutes to talk about them. Plus, I've got one non-sewing thing that I'm kind of obsessed with, and I want to share at the end of this video. So if you're curious about that, stay tuned. And I would like to note this is not a sponsored video. I bought all of these things myself. Let's start off with these guys. They are so cute. It's by It's So Emma. And I got these off of Blueprint. I know I still have my Blueprint subscription, and believe it or not, I've been buying some crafting and like baking supplies off of there. I guess that's one plus, is that you get free shipping on everything, and you also get a lot of sales. So I've gotten some really good pricing from Blueprint. I know it's kind of random and it's not the typical go-to place. I purchased these off of Blueprint. They're also available on Amazon. It's called the Stash and Store, and there's a full-size one and a mini one. I got them both. Love the colors. It's a plastic base, and then there's this silicone insert. I love this little like floral design in here, and then you can fit things into like the grooves and the slots and these little openings, and they can fit a lot of different sized items. Like the mini one, I've got like a seam ripper, pens, and they all fit in here really nicely. And I just like that you can keep things handy without having them be in a drawer, which I usually keep these things in a drawer, but I like that these are easy access. I got my chopstick for turning, lots of stuff, and I just think they are so adorable. I'm really excited about these, and I saw them and I was like, I'm curious. I've got a point turner in here, scissors. I mean, I just think these are so cute, and I've been keeping these on the craft table, and I like that you can just, pick it up, put something back, and it's just really easy to use. I just love these things. This next item is not at all new. I may be like the last person on planet Earth to try this. It's the Sewing Edge Reusable Vinyl Stops for your machine. It's by Marcy Baker. I got these off of Amazon, and they are reusable vinyl strips for your sewing machine. They've got a bit of a raised edge, so it can really help guide your fabric into your sewing machine. They're repositionable. You can take them off, doesn't leave residue on your machine. They work pretty much as advertised. I use them to do a scant 1/4 inch seam on the Brother CS7000i. I also took the strip off and put it at the 5/8 inch seam allowance, which is very common in garment making. These things work really well. I don't know why I was a holdout for so long. I mean, they're not that expensive, and I just don't know why I didn't buy them before now, but they come 5 to a pack. One strip should last me for quite a while. Plus, if you have multiple machines, you can use these on your serge, or you can use this, pretty much anywhere. So I really am a fan of this. I tried the Sewing Edge out while I was making hair scrunchies, and I was sewing really long, narrow strips of fabric, and I really felt like I could sew faster because I wasn't having to constantly worry about whether my fabric was lined up, and it just made things easier. Sewing Edge, you've earned 2 thumbs up from the Sewing Report. You may be wondering, what is this thing? And it is called the Cutting Gizmo by the Gypsy Quilter, and I can see this being used in all kinds of sewing and quilting projects. And here's what it is. There is a common technique in sewing and quilting called chain piecing or daisy chaining, and it's when you're sewing a lot of kind of the same type of thing, like if you're doing a lot of quilt blocks, or I was recently making those hair scrunchies. So I was sewing a lot of pieces kind of in a row, and instead of just stopping after one piece, cutting the thread or whatever, you instead just put the next piece in right under the feed dogs and keep on sewing. So at the end you have what's, kind of looks like a banner or like a chain of pieces. So that's why it's called chain piecing or daisy chaining. So typically when I would be doing that on a project, after I was all finished, I would take my scissors and I would cut all of the pieces apart. This was kind of time consuming, and it's not too bad, but this tool will save you some time. So it is a little bit weighted, so it won't fall over, and it's got a rubbery non-skid bottom. When you've got it on your tabletop, it won't move around, and it kind of acts as an extra set of hands. So instead of you needed one hand to hold something in one hand, your scissors in the other hand, how you use the Cutting Gizmo is you put it down, you hold your 2 pieces, and then there's that little thread chain in the middle, and then you just slide the thread chain down over the razor blade and it will cut it. And also it's a hands-free experience. So you don't have to worry about holding scissors in one hand like I've been doing for a while. The blade is replaceable, although I don't really see you needing to do that for quite a while. And I can see this saving me some time, and it's a little more convenient than using the scissors and sitting there and trying to cut all of your pieces out. So I think this is very useful. This one is also not a new product, but it is certainly new to me. I don't know why some really popular items I just haven't picked up for whatever reason, but I was curious about it. I also got this from Blueprint and it was on sale, so I thought, why not give it a go? But I'm glad I did because I can see this being very useful to me. Another sewing tool that can go into the category of why didn't I buy this sooner is the Dritz Quick Turn Tools. These will be super handy whenever you're turning tubes of fabric. Think bag handles. I just made some hair scrunchies that will be in a future video. Lots of like little narrow things, straps for a dress, anything like that where you're having to turn a long piece of fabric inside out. There are 3 different sizes, so you can do wider to more narrower tubes of fabric. Tried this out, works great, just as advertised. And again, this is not super expensive. I got these from Amazon and I'm very glad I did because I just made some scrunchies and these certainly came in handy. Instead of doing like the safety pin, turning it right side out, which I've done many times, you could also use this, like I made some neckties. I could see it being useful for that. Lots of sewing projects I can see these Dritz Quick Turn Tools coming in handy for, so I cannot believe I did not purchase these sooner. They're not expensive, they work well. The only thing with these is that I'm kind of not sure what to do about storage with these. If you try to hold them, like the little turner kind of comes out. So I'm just not sure, if you own these, where do you keep them and do you have any storage recommendations? That's the only dilemma I have with the Quick Turn Tools, is that there's no real natural place I can see myself keeping these. So, you know, if you got any tips, let me know. Okay, this last thing is really silly and completely not related to sewing in any way, but I'm kind of obsessed and I feel like I need to talk to somebody about it. So here I am. The thing I'm loving right now is the musical group from Korea, BTS. I've officially joined the ARMY. I know that sounds insane because I'm old enough to be their mom. You know, plus I was never really into boy bands, but I cannot get enough BTS. It all started last week when I happened to see that BTS was on James Corden's Carpool Karaoke. Who doesn't love Carpool Karaoke? I was like, I'm kind of curious. I've been getting into more of the Korean stuff. For context, I am a Korean adoptee. So while I am Korean, I've learned most of what I know about the country from like YouTube and watching some K-dramas on Viki, which, by the way, right after this, I'm going to be taping a video for my vlog channel, Jen Talks Forever, all about my favorite K-dramas. So if you are curious, like you've seen the movie Parasite or something, definitely check that out when I put that up because I'm really excited about it. I'm obsessed with K-dramas. I'm also obsessed with BTS. So I saw them on Carpool Karaoke. I thought they were super funny and cool looking. I kind of heard a little bit about their songs and I was curious. You know, there's like 7 of them in the group. And if you're not familiar, in Korea, there's something called idol training. So if someone wants to be in the entertainment business, they can audition with like an entertainment agency. And then these people, usually they're like teenagers when they get in, they spend months to years doing idol training, learning everything about singing, dancing, you know, how to do interviews, personal style. I think they do a lot of plastic surgery over there. So it's a really intense business and BTS is one of the groups that came out of idol training. But I gotta say, they're not your standard. I wouldn't fit them into like the boy band mold. They write their own songs, compose their own songs. There's 3 rappers and 4 vocalists. I know I'm really showing, you know, how crazy I am about this group. They don't lip sync during their live performances, which I really appreciate. They don't really auto-tune their songs much, like it's really them singing. They're known for their very impressive dance choreography. And I was blown away by watching some of the music videos. I'm gonna put a few links below in the description box. If you don't really know what they are, I think the Carpool Karaoke would be a good introduction to the group. And also they released their music video on recently. I think the song is amazing. They've also done a lot of collaborations with American artists and British artists, like Steve Aoki. Probably my favorite song of BTS is Mic Drop. They've collaborated with Halsey, they've collaborated with Nicki Minaj. There's rumors that they might do a Justin Bieber collab. I'm not really a Justin Bieber fan per se, but I'm curious to see what the song would be like. Interestingly, now if you're thinking, okay, it's just like teenage girls that like BTS, you know, that's not for me, Jen. One of BTS's hugest fans, and he's made this very public, is the like WWE wrestler guy, John Cena. John Cena, who was also from Tampa, by the way, is obsessed with BTS. So he's in the army. Yes, I've officially joined the BTS Army. I don't know what I'm gonna do, guys. I'm even thinking of trying to make some BTS related sewing projects. I know. I don't know what I'm gonna make related to BTS. I haven't seen any BTS fabric or anything. But if you love music and you're not familiar with BTS, check out BTS. And also, don't let the fact that they sing in Korean put you off. A lot of Korean musicians, like half the song is in English and half the song will be in Korean. But on YouTube, a lot of times the videos will have English captions. So even if you don't know Korean, believe me, I don't know a lick of Korean. And I've been watching K-dramas for like a year and I still can't figure any of it out. I probably should, because that would make it a lot more enjoyable for me. But they have a lot of English captions, so at least you would know what the song is about. It's just beautiful music. The guys are really funny too. And again, I'm old enough to be their mothers, so you know it's maybe a little creepy. You know, who knows? But BTS is probably my favorite non-sewing related thing right now. So I just kind of had to get that out. Anyways, I just wanted to share a few things I'm loving right now, sewing and non-sewing related. Let me know below in the comments, is there a new sewing tool that you recently got that you're also loving? And I also want to know, are there any fellow BTS fans out there, BTS Army members? Also let me know. I cannot get enough of BTS. I looked up concert ticket prices though, and they're like insanely expensive. So I'm probably not gonna like go to the show, but I will be a fangirl from here in my house. Thank you guys so much for watching. And if you're curious about this sewing machine, this is the Brother CS7000i. I am doing a Learn to Sew series this year, so check out one of those videos if you are new to sewing. I'm Jen with the Sewing Report. I'll see you guys again in the next video.